If I was Ngannou, I would tell him, you're going to make so much money in boxing.
Yeah.
And I think he might be able to beat them all. I think he's that good. I think he's that much of a freak. He won that fight. They know he won that fight. He won on one judge's scorecard who was honest, and I think the judge only gave him 1 round, where I think he should have given him 2. Should have won by more than 1 point. But at least one judge scored it right, and then that other judge who scored it 96-93 for Tyson Fury should go to jail.
Yeah, get out.
Get the fuck out. And then the other one, it was 95-94 in favor of Tyson Fury.
Looks so great.
Or 96-95, whatever it was. Look, he fucking dropped one of the greatest heavyweights, if not the greatest besides him, of all time. Amazing. And he looked for that left hook over and over again. It was clearly something they were looking for. And look, he's fucking incredible. To have your first boxing match ever against the lineal heavyweight champion, a 6'9" fucking juggernaut who's been beating everybody, and rock him, and then rock him again in the 8th round with a barrage of punches. It was fucking amazing performance. Amazing. One of the greatest combat sports performances in the history of the arts.
Yeah.
Of the history. I was screaming. My dog freaked out. I was like, it's okay. It's okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Daddy's happy.
He's scary.
Oh, my God, he's amazing. And when you see that guy's origin story, I mean, you want to talk about a man who persevered. That guy, for 14 months, he made his way from Cameroon to Morocco and 7 times got arrested and sent back to the fucking Sahara Desert.
Yeah.
And made his way right back to Morocco and finally made it across to Europe on a raft, was in prison for months, and then lived as a homeless person in a fucking parking garage in France.
The movement that he had made from Cameroon into Morocco, I've traversed multiple times. It is hellacious. I mean, it is like the most unforgiving terrain with radical groups, with property owners, like water to water trying to travel. The water's controlled by warlords. So his story is just like so inspiring.
It's incredible. It's a comic book story. It's like an origin story in a movie that you wouldn't believe. And to have this guy go in his first ever boxing match against a guy who nobody gave him any chance.
Yeah.
And to have the Las Vegas odds, like the online betting odds, in the last round in his favor was fucking incredible, because it was like 14-1 at the start of the fight.
Yeah.
And at the end of the fight, he was favored, and he should have won.
Dude.
He should have won.
Yeah.
They fucked him, but they didn't, because the world saw it.
Yeah.
Like, you could write all the bullshit you want in terms of scorecards. The fucking world, including boxers, all the boxers that were there said that he should have won.
He gets another gigantic payday. His perceived worth is through the roof, skyrocketed.
Tyson Fury's not going to fight him again, I'll tell you that. No. He didn't want no part of that. They tried to bring that up. He goes, no, I'm going to fight Usyk for the world title. Like, nobody wants to see that, buddy. Yeah. Nobody wants to see that.
But PFL, who are they going to put up against Ngannou?
I don't know. If I was Ngannou, as much as I love watching him fight MMA, I would tell him, you're going to make so much money in boxing.
Yeah.
And I think he might be able to beat them all. I think he's that good. I think he's that much of a freak. He was always more of a striker than anything else anyway, but he's such a quick study. If you look at the fight with Cyril Gane, he beat Cyril Gane with grappling with a fucking completely blown out knee. Yeah. He took an
never
immense
really
chance.
grappling.
Right.
Like, he's never has been a grappler, has no real background in grappling.
Right.
And then he goes and out grapples a guy that has been doing this for a long time.
He's incredible. And the fact that he gambled on himself, he vacated the UFC heavyweight title, which is the most prestigious title in all of combat sports. You can say anything you want about the world heavyweight boxing champion, but everybody fucking knows that the world heavyweight UFC champion will fuck that dude up in a real fight. That's the reality of the world. That's that, especially everybody who knows.
He's the baddest dude on the planet.
He's the baddest dude on the planet. 100%. And the only person that has
a chance
is John Jones. And John Jones, unfortunately, just tore his fucking pec off the bone.
That video was heartbreaking.
Horrible to see. Horrible to see, because I was really looking forward to that fight with Stipe. But in a perfect world, Francis makes a fucking cajillion dollars, and then the UFC re-signs him, and then he fights John Jones for the most epic encounter in the history of combat sports. That is a perfect world. Yeah. That's a perfect world. But at least Francis, he got his flowers from the whole world.
Yeah.
The whole world saw it. You can fucking lie all you want. You could have your bullshit scorecards. You could have your paid-off judges. You could have your corruption. You could have your nonsense. Everybody knows what happened in that fight. And what happened in that fight was Francis Ngannou beat the best heavyweight boxer maybe ever. maybe ever. Right. And then what happens if he fights all those other guys? What happens? That motherfucker hits so hard. And I was always wondering, like, how is his power with the big gloves on? Well, we fucking know.
Yeah.
We fucking know. The look on Tyson Fury's eyes when he went down in the third round from that left hook, he was like, oh, Jesus.
There was not a lot of ass behind it. He hadn't stepped into it. He didn't turn his shoulder over. He just hit him with a hook.
Yeah.
And it put him all the way to Queer Street.
Yeah, he was on Queer Street for sure. And there was a moment in the second round that I yelled out. I was like, oh, he hurt him there. In the second round, there was a moment in the clinch where he hit Tyson Fury with an uppercut, but then the commentators didn't even notice it. He hit him with a right hand over the top. And the right hand was a short clubbing right hand. And you see the look in Tyson Fury's eyes where he's like, Jesus, that power is fucking extraordinary. But not just the power, but the intelligence to deliver that power in the most high-pressure situation imaginable. Your first boxing match is against the Gypsy King, a 6'9" fucking phenom who's one of the best
to ever
boxers to ever do it.
Yeah.
Amazing. And he just fucking cashed his own check. He is the man now. He's in demand everywhere. Everybody saw that fight. It was a huge fight. Yeah. And now they're talking about him fighting Deontay Wilder. They're talking about him fighting some other people. Anthony Joshua stepped up. Whoo!
Yeah. I love pugilistic sports. Even UFC, the past, not the most recent card, but 3 or 4 of them this year have just been dynamite. Tons of finishes.
Dynamite.
Watching Sean Strickland, his rise, and
crazy,
like beating what I thought stylistically to be a very hard matchup. God, I love martial arts. Another thing that I wish every single American would pour themselves into.
Yes,
because it is the reward that you get from it is.
Everybody wants to talk about the bullying crisis, but the counterintuitive solution to the bullying crisis is teach bullies how to fight. Do you think Francis Ngannou's a bully? He's not. He's a very nice guy.
All the most savage dudes on the planet.
The nicest guy.